Three different AIs analyzed the original Hebrew and Greek texts about Gog and Magog. No commentaries, no theology, no modern interpretations. Just the ancient languages themselves, and all three AIs saw the same words. But they did not come to the same conclusion. That is where it gets interesting. What they agreed on is just as important as where they disagreed. First, all three AIs recognized the Hebrew text in Ezekiel does not read like a normal war. The language is too large, too cosmic, too overwhelming. Earthquakes that shake all creation, mountains collapsing, fire and hail falling from the sky, armies like storm clouds covering the land. And then there is one detail that stands out: hooks in your jaws. That phrase is not random. It uses language from Job, describing Leviathan, the chaos force of the deep. Ezekiel pulls that imagery into the Gog narrative. All three AIs saw that connection. They agreed Magog is not a person. It is a land, a people, a collective identity. The Greek text of Revelation calls Gog and Magog nations, gathered from the four corners of the earth, not a single location or ethnic group, but a global-scale opposition. At the foundation level, there was strong agreement. Original Hebrew and Greek show something bigger than a simple human battle. They show human conflict described with cosmic, almost mythic language. But the moment we ask the deeper question, what exactly is Gog, the answers begin to separate. Gemini saw Gog as a dual nature figure, a real human leader, but also the embodiment of a larger supernatural pattern. In this view, the Hebrew title points to a man, but the Leviathan-style imagery signals something beyond normal human identity. Gog becomes a human acting within a cosmic role. ChatGPT took a different path. It saw Gog as fully human, a political ruler, described using symbolic language to show scale, not nature. The chaos imagery is real, but it is descriptive, not literal. In this reading, Gog is not a supernatural being. He is a human leader portrayed in apocalyptic terms. Then, Copilot lands in a third position. It recognizes the human language, but it takes the chaos imagery more seriously. In this view, Gog is not just a normal king. He is a chaos-coded enemy figure, a human-level expression of something larger and darker. Not purely non-physical, but not merely ordinary either. And here is what matters most. None of the AIs disagreed about the text itself. They all saw the same Hebrew words, the same Greek phrases, the same structure, the same imagery. The disagreement was not about what the text says, it was about what the text means. And that is exactly where human interpretation always begins. Even when you remove tradition, even when you strip away theology, even when you force the reading to stay inside the original languages alone, the text still pushes you to interpret. It still blends the human and the cosmic. It still refuses to fit into a simple category. So what do the original Hebrew and Greek actually teach about Gog and Magog? They teach that it was never meant to be simple, never meant to be reduced to one idea, never meant to fit cleanly into one box. It is a picture of human rebellion described in cosmic terms. A final opposition so large that the language itself stretches to contain it. And the fact that three AIs, reading the same ancient text, can agree on the foundation but diverge on the nature of Gog, that tells you something important. This passage was written to provoke thought, to challenge assumptions, to force you to wrestle with what you are reading, and thousands of years later, it still does. If you found this helpful, like the video and subscribe for more content focused on what the original biblical languages actually say.